A tattoo that takes 3 hours costs $600. A tattoo that takes 3 hours costs $3,000. Same time, same needle, so what's actually changing? The answer isn't just skill. It's a layered supply chain that starts the moment a client walks through the door. A tattoo artist isn't selling you ink and time, they're selling sterility expertise and access to a studio that's passed health inspections, carries liability insurance, and maintains equipment that costs thousands to acquire and replace. That overhead isn't visible on the receipt, but it's baked into every single price. Let's start with supplies. A single tattoo needle costs between 50 cents and $2. Ink runs about $3 to $5 per bottle, but those are wholesale prices. The studio buys in bulk, stores inventory, and discards anything past expiration waste that gets passed to the customer. Single-use sterile equipment, gloves, barriers, caps adds another layer. A complex full-color piece might cycle through dozens of needles, each one used once and then disposed of. Then there's the space itself. Rent for studio in any major city runs anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 monthly. Add utilities, insurance, which can be substantial because of liability, licensing fees, and furniture. A quality tattoo chair alone costs $800 to $1,500. A power supply for the machine might run $400 to $600. These assets depreciate, break, and need replacement. That's not a small cost distributed across a handful of clients. But here's where artist skill becomes the real economic driver. A beginner might charge $150 for a small piece. A tattoo artist with 10 years of experience, a portfolio of published work, and a waiting list of months charges $300 minimum, often much more. Why? Because demand exceeds supply. They've built reputation. They've mastered technique that reduces rework and infection risk. Their time is genuinely worth more in the marketplace because fewer people can deliver that quality. The geography matters too. A tattoo in rural Iowa and the same design in downtown Los Angeles will carry wildly different price tags, not because the needle moves differently, but because rent, labor costs, and local demand are different. A thriving tattoo scene in a major city creates competition for studio space and artist talent, which actually stabilizes prices. A small town with one studio has no price anchor at all. And then there's the time cost that clients don't always see. Before you sit in the chair, the artist has spent hours on consultation, design revisions, and setup. After you leave, they're cleaning equipment that takes 30 minutes per client, an invisible labor cost that's part of why walk-in flash tattoos are cheaper than custom work. You're not paying for the sitting time alone. You're paying for the entire operational cycle. So when you see a $300 tattoo versus a $1,500 tattoo, you're not just paying for needle time. You're paying for the artist's years of accumulated skill, the studio's ability to maintain sterility and legal compliance, the supply chain that keeps needles fresh and ink vibrant, and the overhead that makes that environment possible. That's why the same 3 hours produces radically different prices. The machinery behind the price tag is massive. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you want to understand the hidden economics behind the things you buy and use every day, subscribe. We break down the supply chains and cost structures that shape the prices you actually pay. Subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown of what's really hidden in the prices you pay every day. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.